Microphone testing 1 2. Mansoor versus Caesar final. Mansoor versus Caesar final. Microphone testing 1 2.
Roger, what's the next TV number? Okay, Roger will put on that TV as well. It's already there. Roger, it's already. Meanwhile, if you send service, Opa, I'm told you bring the service at table number 4. The person that sent you this. The guy is doing that. Service, they do come here now. We are trying to make a job. They can play. So, what was it? Anyone else decided in service? Anyone who needs service that side? Pay. Okay, so you can.
Please advise on the microphone and sound. In the comment section, please advise on the microphone and sound.
Okay, it is 1-1 in the finals. Shatika Caesar 1, Mansoor 1. Losers match, let me get the update from my officials. Okay, it is 1-1 for all. So if you can get out the people close to the arena to avoid the promotion.
Meanwhile, good evening from Uganda, Kampala, East Africa. Good evening to you in Southern Africa. Good evening in Zambia. Good evening in Zimbabwe. Good evening in South Africa. Good evening in Namibia. Good evening in Botswana. Good evening in Nigeria. Good evening in Somalia. Good evening in Tanzania and Kenya and Sudan and Ethiopia and all places where these videos are normally watched. This is the last match of the tournament. It doesn't get any better than when the official two top seeds of the country meet off in the final. Uganda's seed number 1, Caesar Chandiga, is currently drawing 1-1 with Uganda's seed number 2 in Bwanika Mansoor for this final, for this victory. They are racing to 8. Once again, it is best of 17, race to 8 to present you this video and audio. My name is Simon Peter Chebe. It was an apple from Mansoor after winning the lag in the first frame, an apple from Caesar in the next, a dry break from Mansoor, and Caesar is trying to make another red apple. Once again, welcome to the stream. Please share it. Enjoy. Live commentary is proceeding shortly. The guy that is on table right now in Caesar Chandiga, I personally stopped counting the number of tournaments like this one which he has won ever since returning from Zambia, where he played the semi-professional pool for 1.5 years. Returning at the end of 2022, it was at 30. That is excluding money matches. In my opinion, the most lethal player in the country, maybe even on the continent, taking on one of them legends of playing the game. Two young men, Mansoor definitely slightly older, but this match will definitely live to expectations. Mansoor has been craving for this opportunity to meet Caesar in a final like this, where he almost has nothing to lose and it has everything to win. He really needs to beat Caesar. Caesar has not got so much to prove. He simply wants to keep dominant against Mansoor. The two players have faced off about 9 times before. Mansoor has 3 victories over Caesar compared to Caesar's 6 the last time they faced off. Was a final of a tournament like this one. It was organized at Laban's Arena in Namlanda. It was won by none other than Caesar. They faced off in the final. Remember that money match in which Mansoor was head started with +6 in a race to 21-14. It ended in Mansoor's favor. $1,200 at stake. Mansoor won. The painful bit was the fact that even without the head start, Mansoor would have won that match. That preempted a rematch of the same situation, with Caesar winning 21-14. This time even it was 21-20, but without the score, the +6 head start, it would have been 21-14. Mansoor will have a chance to redeem himself, especially after going 2-1 up against Caesar. They are two. They can get together as friends in real life, not very big friends, but on table very big rivals. Be advised that when Caesar came to Kampala in 2018, late 2018, moving from Gulu to join CKI Pool Club, Mansoor's own team. At the time, Mansoor was Uganda's seed number 1 and national champion. He was without doubt the best player in the country at the time. Since then, Caesar has taken over Mansoor's status as seed number 1 and indeed as national champion. You wouldn't imagine that Mansoor is happy with that kind of situation. He will want to try and make amends. He will want to start beating Caesar in tournaments like this one. Here is his chance. There's a crowd of over 200 people. There are 4 pool tables here, but all of them, fans I would say, have forced them to stop working, such that they stand and sit all around the tables and all around the venue, and everybody wants to see for themselves who wins this match and how do they win it. And in a very rare turn of events, Caesar has made the second unforced error in as many games. Mansoor will try out potting off Caesar's yellow, and it is successful. Throws himself in some kind of trouble. Look at the left center pocket. Mansoor's red is having Caesar's yellow in front of it. The rest of the balls should be okay. Yes, they should be okay. Once again, is the scoreboard. I believe that where you are, it is clear for the eye. Scores on the left are for Mansoor in blue. Scores for the right are for Caesar in red. Once again, they are racing to 8. The race is as short as 8. You will want to be the player to take the lead. What is Mansoor trying to do? It's now very easy to see his game plan. Roll that red ball to the corner pocket where he is standing. White ball will naturally move rightward such that he can put the second red to the bottom left corner pocket. Does exactly that. Good cue ball control from Mansoor. He will need the entire experience with which he has been playing and been one of the most dominant pool players, not only in Uganda but also in the entire East African region since 2017 to present date. He will need the brilliance which made him seed number 1 for 5 of 6 years between 2018 as well as 2024. And that is exactly what I'm talking about. He will not start as favorite Mansoor, but he has what it takes to win a tournament like this one, especially in a short which is a race which is short enough. Yes, if you're just joining the stream, believe you me, Mansoor is leading 3-1 against Caesar in a race to 8 for the chance to be called Addis Grand Opening champion. Once again, Bonica Mansoor 3, Chandega Caesar 1, race to 8. The news is that the ladies' version of the same tournament has been won by Zaimat Nabafu after she defeated Anka Sheila in the final. Unfortunately, this time Mansoor puts the cue ball on the break. I have said it many a times before that in this game it is almost a criminal offense against Caesar. He doesn't tolerate near misses. He doesn't tolerate fouling on the break. He is very unforgiving. This one will come out as a gift to the Scorpion, as Caesar is normally called. His opponent, Bonica Mansoor, had his first nickname as a very young boy coming from Masaka to join Kampala to play pool from KV Pool Arena Pool Club when he first played competitive pool in his home district of Masaka. He was nicknamed Moto. It literally means a young person because he was too young to be so good, especially with that lethal left hand of his. When he won Uganda's national championship in 2018, he became nicknamed as the champ. He also got another nickname, the Magician, by fans who say he moved the white ball around and played pool like he's possessed with magic. Caesar is nicknamed as the Scorpion by fans who said he stings his opponents like the African Scorpion. At one time he became known as the Dictator because they say, his fans, that he dominates his opponents without having term limits like a dictator. He got the name the People's Player because of the claim that people love him everywhere he goes, and I am testament to that one. Very popular in Uganda, in Kenya, in Zambia, in Zimbabwe, in South Africa, where he goes, and indeed in China. Nowadays, he is nicknamed the Ambassador after signing a contract with Joy Heibo Tables as brand ambassador and superstar of the mega Chinese company in Africa. Here he is, up on the black to pull one back. Yes, he does. Oh no, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Caesar misses to Mansoor's advantage. It is a match that I'm starting to think that Mansoor really has a chance winning, especially if Caesar is in the kind of position in which he is making unforced errors in the match, which Mansoor shall definitely be punishing. And speaking of punishing, that is the kind of shooting. You are watching one of Uganda's legendary players doing what he does best against the player who has been a stone in his shoe for the last 2 years. Bwanika Mansoor's dominance of Ugandan pool has really been hinged by the emergence of Caesar. Mansoor needs to make a statement to try and bring that one to an end. It will not come easy, even when he's leading 3-1. Even when he's about to go 4-1 up, he knows it will not come easy taking down Caesar. Even when the race is as short as 8, he knows that his biggest rival in terms of results on the table for the last 2 years has been Caesar. That is not enough movement of the white ball, especially since the white ball was frozen against the cushion. He will need a very sharp cut. A very sharp cut. He perfects. White is safe. White is safe. 1 Mansoor 4. Chandiga Caesar 1. Rest to 8. I'm using YouTube particularly on the request of the management of the venue. They demanded that the final is streamed on YouTube, and I obliged. And I know that in many places where these guys have fans, this match is being watched on giant screen. Indeed, even here at the venue, there are giant screens which are today not telecasting Premier League football. It is for fans who are a bit at a distance from the table but at the venue, and they are watching the action live. This time Caesar finds a ball on the break. The fans are watching silently. I'm starting to think that they are rooting for Caesar's win. Mansoor has a few fans of his own around this place. I'm made to learn that Caesar gets at least a day in a week. He has many friends. Actually, the venue is owned by his friend, and he normally comes to this place. He is being supported not only by the fans of the place, but also the venue management and the members of staff, waiters, waitresses, and the like. Right now, they are silent. They are watching in disbelief as Mansoor, the guy from Masaka in central Uganda, is not having any of Caesar's dominance as he is leading 4-1. If there is any player who can turn around a 4-1 deficit without too much difficulty, that player is Caesar. But he will turn this around if he doesn't get himself snookered as he has. If he doesn't make as many unforced errors as he has. I have counted so far 3 unforced errors, which is very uncharacteristic of Caesar, especially where there is something at stake, when it is a final, when there are fans for whom he is playing, when there is money to win, when there is chance to bring another tournament to his name. The Scorpion, ladies and gentlemen, is in trouble here. He'll try to find the angle. Finds it, but I will not say well enough, because he leaves the white ball begging for Mansoor to pot his only bad ball, which Mansoor does quite comfortably. This match, the way it is starting, is reminiscent of the battle these two players had at Dice Lounge, with Mansoor being head started with +6, a match which he won comfortably, with final scores not even needing +6 for him to have won that match.
Okay, table number 2, the football has ready.
Where are you watching from? Where are you enjoying this from? Do you think it is possible, now that Mansoor is about to make it 5-1, do you think it is possible for Caesar to make a comeback? He has done this a few times before, But maybe this time he's up against a very determined player. And talking of determinism, Mansoor makes it now 5-1 officially. These players are allowed only 1 3-minute timeout in the match. And I know that Mansoor will not be asking for it. He's not about to. He needs a good break, Mansoor, for him, hopefully. And I know the neutrals, majority of players and the neutral fans will be rooting for him to win. But he doesn't find a ball on the break. To reach this level, Mansoor took down in the semi-finals Lubulwa Simon, the competitor. What a memorable match that one was. He took down Benjamin Mwanguzi, the best player from within this area, in the quarterfinals. Caesar to reach this level. His semi-final victim was Ian Kazwe, one of the best players in the tournament. But that match was one-sided. 7-1 it was. He took down Somali player in Abdurazak Dek in the round of last 16. This is only his 4th match in the tournament. He was lucky to win by a bye in the first round and a walkover in the second round. Finds himself less tired of the two players in the final. But that is not stopping any of Mansoor's ambitions trying to beat Caesar, the guy who has come to be the most dominant Ugandan player today. Many will try to suggest he's the most dominant player on the continent. I believe there are many competitions in Uganda than anywhere on the continent when compared. He's nowadays the big bull in the corral here. It doesn't mean that he has everything all his way. Even as good as he is, he still has to play to his best to bring down these guys, because they are so determined to bring him back to his knees. When he first became an established player who couldn't even dare play a money match with them, nowadays the same guys don't care, asking for head starts from him. But in the final, it is things starting all square. No head starts, no offers. And Mansoor is having the task to try and win this match, and he's looking good too. I don't think Mansoor will ever get a better chance to take down Caesar in a tournament like this one. He's having a good lead, and Caesar is not having shots go his way. And there is another side to Mansoor's game that you guys don't know so much. Mansoor is an attacking player. That is how he became a big force in Ugandan pool. He only changed his style 1 or 2 years ago, but if he decides to attack, he can do it and at speed. And you have seen that happening so far, and against the best of them players. Here is another chance after yet another unforced error in one match from Caesar. I've counted, it's now 4 errors from Caesar. Mansoor will never get a better chance than this one. This one seems to be 6-1 loading. Everything he's touching, Mansoor is now turning to gold. White ball is moving around the table as though he's moving it by free hand. Look at this. That is the other side of Mansoor. The one you normally call a slow player, the guy you normally make fun of that he's always rotating around the table, he's the same guy who is playing this first. He's the same guy who is leading 5-1 against Caesar. He's the same guy who is about to be on the verge of taking down Caesar in the final of a tournament with about 300 people now live at the venue and with hundreds watching live online. And I believe thousands will watch this game in the future on this page. Mansoor up against the black for the 6th time in the match, and yes, he makes it 6-1.
Okay, 6-1. It's a very tense fight on this side. Why the Mansoor will take on control, winning 6-1. Only looking for 2 frames to call it a day.
Thank you for watching. Muyingo Dixon, Rogers Mohwezi, Jackie Tido, my friend from Tanzania, a player, former captain of the Tanzania national ladies team, who made an attempt to play a tournament in Uganda. That one ended in failure because of your busy schedule. Thank you for watching and following these games everywhere they are streamed. Jackie, greetings to you. And enjoy your evening, enjoy the game. Jackie, Fidi, Ivan, Dennis Ongom. Basop, my friend Basop, commentator from Zambia. Had a chance to meet him and do some comment with him during that tournament that was organized at Billiards Cafe by Victor and the team. Thank you for watching, my good friend. I just pray that the sport reunites us again one day, maybe in the near future. Via Sky Denia, Zimbabwean watching in Botswana, thank you for watching. Makalas Ronald, Ivan Sebu, Harry Tema, Kennedy Bwini, you are sure Caesar is winning? I no longer think you're sure. I think that comment came around 15 minutes ago. Right now, I don't think you are sure. Mansoor is now a big favorite to win 2 games, at least 2 games before Caesar wins 7. But if there is one player in this country, in this tournament, who has the potential of coming from 6-1 down to even try and think of taking down Mansoor, that player is Caesar. I'm not trying to mean that he will win. I don't think he will win. But if there is one player who can even try and think about it, maybe this is the guy. But if there is one player who is not having the game we all know, today it is Caesar. In the final, he is so far a shadow of himself against a player who is so determined to take him down in a final. The few times Mansoor has beaten Caesar in tournaments like this one have never been finals. There was one semi-final at Lamarios, there was a last 16 match at Amigos, and there was a 3rd place match in Bolaga. All weekly comps, as well as one money match victory, which was also having a head start of +6. If Mansoor wins against Caesar today, this will be the best performance he will have ever performed from Caesar. And maybe it will reignite the discussion of maybe another money match. We are missing money matches between these 2 players. With or without head starts, that's their own business, but at least we need them to be on table, entertaining us, entertaining you. Yes, we do. They make our days. Ivan Sebu. Yes, James Karuri. You say even the worst Kenyan player called Lamek can beat Caesar on this kind of table. No, I don't want to bring in the kind of table it is. Both players have reached the final. Actually, Mansoor has not played on this table at all in this tournament. No, he did play against computer on this one, but I think all of Caesar's matches have been here. So if it is to talk of table advantage of the 2 players, it will be Caesar who will be enjoying the more of it. What I just think is that Mansoor is up in this final with a very determined mindset than ever before. And he has been queuing better, has not been giving out chances, and every time chances have been coming his way, he has been utilizing them almost perfectly. And he is in the lead, I will say deservedly. I can imagine they are smiling all the way in Masaka, where Mansoor is born. They are watching with eagerness and anticipation and expectation in the ghettos of Katwe, where he was raised as a Kampalanian. But they are watching in agony and disbelief in Moyo and Gulu and Lira and Arua, where Caesar has his roots. But the boy from West Nile to the north is being made a meal of by the boy from Masaka in the center of the East African country of Uganda. Mansoor is snookered. He'll try to play mass shot, white ball spinning round 3 reds, misses his yellow in the first attempt, and yes, it's a foul. Caesar with 2 shots, hopefully for him to make it 6-2 in the next 1 minute or so. Once again, Wanika Mansoor 1, Wanika Mansoor 6, Chandigarh Caesar 1. Race to 8 in the final.
Oh my goodness, just like that now. Oh, yeah. Wait, man. Let's fucking king.
As if Mansoor is trying to contemplate coming off the cushion, off 2 cushions. Will he find his yellow? Oh no. Foul. This one is a formality for Caesar. The everyday Caesar. The one who normally makes fun of these opponents. The one who is dragging the white ball as nice as this. One thing about him, even in a losing effort, he's a guy that could have the shot of the match. You will beat him 4-1, and then he will have the best of all shots in the match in that one game. He will have one. Caesar 2, Mansoor 6, rest to 8. One sad sight about some of these players when playing against Caesar, there is a way he just bullies them in their mind. You wonder where it came from for Mansoor to foul on the break. You just wonder. Simply because Caesar pulled one game back. He is still favorite, Mansoor. But he should be careful not to give away games cheaply. Because should he lose 2-3 games in a row, then pressure will start to mount upon his head. And before you know, the momentum will be on Caesar. And that is how leads are turned around. Mansoor needs to be careful. He is home, but not yet dry. It is the best of Ugandan pool, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I have to inform you that the normal hunter is being hunted. The guy who is normally in a 6-2 lead in many a times in such final is the guy in a 6-2 deficit. The guy who has beaten his colleague 6 times ever since returning from Zambia is the same guy that has lost 6 frames ever since this match started. The guy with more than 30 finals, won in the last space of 2 years, is the guy on the verge of losing a final.
Mansoor still in the front seat.
Nice way to close the table. Black ball rules, it is okay. Play yellow to pot red, or play red to pot yellow. With one shot you will have closed the table playing the color that has been potted. This is now a clear attempt to win a second in a row. The one time I remember Caesar having done what he's trying to do, remember that race to 21 money match at climax. Remember, under pressure, he needed to win the last 4 frames to win the match because Mansoor led 2017. In a race to 21, Caesar won the match. He needs to replicate what he did and do even more, because he needs 5 more games. So far, 1 is down. One thing he can't stand to see happening is if Mansoor pulled 1 back now, such that Mansoor would need only 1. That lead will kind of be insurmountable. But now with Mansoor needing 2 games, there is still some life in the Scorpion. And speaking of life, sometimes we'll make the white ball move as if it is alive, as if he's speaking to it and it responds. Taking long range target. That is pin point accuracy. Just as Caesar's many fans were about to chant his names. Damn. A 5th unforced error in the same match. You kind of think that Caesar is not winning this match. It is very evident. Even when he was trying to pick his rhythm, his usual rhythm, another blunder. This time the biggest of all blunders he has had. You just don't miss that black. You don't. And if your opponent is shooting as good as Mansoor is, you know that you are gone. Easy. That's it. He will simply roll that red ball to the left center pocket, just like that. Mansoor 7, Caesar 2. For Caesar to win this match, he will need to win 5 games in a row, or else accept to being second, this time to Mansoor. I know it will be painful to him, maybe to his fans, I don't know. But yes, it seems today he is coming second to the legend of Ugandan pool, none other than Bwanika Mansoor. That is the form which won him 7 tournaments of the pool session of Uganda between 2018 to 2023. One of only 3 Ugandans to ever have done that. Once again, if you're just joining the stream, time out. Mansoor 7, Caesar 2 raised to 8. I'm not even so sure that it was the right decision for Mansoor to go for timeout. He's in the lead. He's enjoying himself. He has momentum on his side. He has pressure on Caesar. Why do you leave the table? Why do you walk away from the playing? Why don't you just finish the job? Why do you allow your opponent think back, rethink his strategy, think about his mistakes, talk to his management? Why do you allow him? One of the players and fans wants to say hi.
Just tell them Caesar is winning.
Okay, he's very shy. I'm starting to think that is some kind of negative tactics from Mansoor, maybe trying to frustrate Caesar mentally. But Mansoor is now back. And yes, we have our match on. Here we go again. It may be a short race, but the last time I ever saw Caesar being so dominated in a match, it was a longer race against Jerry in Johannesburg earlier this year on Francis Mukwekwezi Pixels Photography Facebook page. He is normally a guy. Yes, he loses games, but he normally loses after not being given too much chance to play. Not him leading to his own downfall. This time it is clear. He has, for most of the match, played himself into the kind of trouble he is in right now. He will pull one back with this clearance.
Give us a scorpion stance.
He will be making that cut of the black to the left bottom right corner pocket, which he does.
5.
Caesar 3, Mansoor 7.
Let's see who goes to the top.
Caesar is winning. I'm telling you.
A Caesar fan wants to say something to us.
One thing I want to tell each and everybody, my name is Robert. I'm Glench. Most people call me Glench. Other people call me Dancing Master in the pole industry. One thing I have to tell you is Caesar is gonna sting Mansoor Muto. I'm telling you the truth. He's gonna win him.
What if Mansoor makes an apple now? What if?
Mansoor is not capable of an apple because of the name. He is an ambassador.
Fans are so optimistic. Even in moments like this one, he thinks his man is winning. Yes, in the meantime, just momentarily for a minute, I'm going to mute because the noise is a bit too loud. For just a minute, I'm muting the sound. Apologies.